Welcome back to Cooking with Therapy, and I'm Mercy352, your host. Alright, today we're going to be preparing this pork loin, not tenderloin, but a pork loin for stuffing. So I'm going to show you how to complete that process. So what we're doing right now is making a perpendicular incision about 1 inch from the edge of the meat, right? What that's going to do is allow us to have a little leeway for the next cut. This is going to be a cut that's approximately a 1/2 inch sideways into the meat, just like this. So you look at it, this is your T intersection in your meat. You're just gonna follow that meat back nice and slow. Don't rush. Remember, you're cooking with therapy. Take it slow. No time to relax. No time to create, right? You be that creator. So you'll see this process get repeated approximately 3 times here, right? So you're just gonna get into the habit of filling it out. I'm just gonna keep laying that meat down at that 1 inch interval. Now, you can dress this meat up any way you want to. If you find yourself running out of road and you're about to come to the edge and you got nothing else to cut, then hey, you can dress it and shape it a little bit if you want. It's up to you. All right, now you notice I got a hole in the meat up there. That's gonna happen. You don't see me tripping over it. There's nothing professional about what I'm doing here. It's all trial and error. So I'm just teaching you a technique that you'll get better with it at time, and I'm kind of in a rush to get this on the smoke. Got a large crowd that's kind of hungry and they need this in their life. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to mask those 2 holes with some bacon. All right, so don't worry about it. It's beautiful. Continue what we're doing. It's a beautiful piece of meat laid out flat, ready to receive the rice. All right, so the next thing we're going to do, we're going to let this bad baby marinate, because I believe in putting layers to the taste composite, right? So we're going to use a little Lowry's Hawaiian marinade. This is a 30-minute marinade, right? You can leave it for 30 minutes if you want, put it in the fridge, let it chill for 30 minutes, and then come back and pick it up and take it out to the heat. Or you can do like me and be flamboyant with it. Lay that marinade on the inside and the outside, bag them and tag them, put it away, and then come get it tomorrow or a little later in the afternoon. This is just my technique for making sure that all of the meat gets some type of marinade on it. There's a possibility if you just throw this in a bag or in a bowl that the meat's going to fold and you're not going to get that marinade on the inside meat. So we want to make sure we get that done. So next thing you're going to see me do now, let's go ahead, bag them and tag them, put them in the game, coach. I'm going to put the rest of that marinade all over the meat. Shake it around in there, and then we're going to just relax and let that bad baby marinate for 30 minutes or overnight. Right, it's going to look beautiful when it comes out. Here's the red beans and rice I was talking about. Beautiful, wasn't it? Alright, so let's get this thing out of the bag. Again, if you're like me, you like to keep your hands clean while you're working. I'm kind of a weirdo sometimes with this. I'll even rinse my gloves off while I'm working with them, because sometimes your hands get a little bogged down with whatever you're working with. You kind of need clean fingertips to grab things. All right, so yeah, I was saying there, we're just gonna lay it out nice and flat. Rinse off the fingertips. You know what I'm saying? Keep them paws clean. It's game time. You know about that right there. Let's put that in your life. Put pit paw seasoning, then a little Tony snatch 'em ups. I know how I like to say it. That's that Tony snatch 'em ups. You know it. Just a little bit. Ain't gonna need much because we got the red beans and rice seasoning on the inside, right? Don't need too much. Now you can go a little ham if you want. You can brush it with butter on the inside. You can, whatever you want to do. The sky's the limit. I'm just going to lay this rice out and I'm going to flatten the rice. All right, then we're going to roll that rice up. So if you've ever seen somebody make a double cake roll or a cinnamon roll, same technique. Just going to roll that rice up on the inside, right? Then we're going to start laying this bacon out. And the bacon is what's going to keep this pork loin moist, right? but it's also gonna give us bacon. And who doesn't love bacon? Right? For this particular portion of meat, I used about 2 pounds of bacon. So we're just gonna continue to do what we're doing with this bacon and wrap this thing all the way around. Now pay close attention to what I'm doing on the ends right there. That's something I just do on my own, you know? I go ahead and seal those ends off so none of my goodies drop out while I'm maneuvering this thing around inside the smoker or on the grill. Close the ends off and then rewrap the edges to hold those pieces down. Now we got ourselves a pretty good pounded piece of meat, right? Completely surrounded by bacon. But you know, bacon historically stays moist for a long time, so keep that meat nice and moist, but it gives it great flavor as well. So just go with the flavor compile. Can't mess up. What's the next step, you might say? Well, we're gonna finish putting all this bacon on. Got to be more careful. Look at all this bacon. Man, it's gonna be outstanding. Now you see me trying to cross hatch it in there. That's not necessary. You can if you want. Sometimes you want to get in there, you know, play around with the patterns and stuff just to make it a little more unique. Now it's time to wrap this bad baby. So in any of your grocery stores, you go down on the bacon aisles, somewhere down in there is where I found it in my local Walmart. You'll find this this string. It's the same stuff you would use to top your pot roast for Christmas and Thanksgiving and your turkey legs up. It's beautiful to have in your kitchen, especially when you're doing things like this. So grab yourself a roll and hold it tight. All right. And like I told you, this one is a pretty big piece of meat, right? This one's about 8 inches long, and we'll say 4 to 5 inches thick. So I'm going to use a little bit more of this twine than I normally would because I don't want this thing to unravel itself while I'm maneuvering it around inside the smoker. And yes, I am putting this big bad boy in the smoker. And when I will put it on the grill, but I don't really want to sit out and watch it on the grill, and I want that authentic smoke flavor all in there on top of the bacon, on top of the meat, and definitely if it can soak in on top of the red beans and rice. All right, so just finishing up the process here, tying up the loose ends is what we're calling it. Make sure that thing looks real nice. Now you see how I'm getting it under there? You don't have to manually lift this. You can just seesaw the string under there or floss it under the edge of the meat and get it where you want it, and then go ahead and tie it up. I would recommend you tie it twice. That way when you get ready to start serving, you just cut the strings off, but you want to make sure this thing doesn't unravel itself and transport between the smoker and the table. Look at that. Beautiful. I know y'all saw me struggling with it, right? It's all that bacon I put on there. Y'all get out of it. Y'all leave me alone. It's beautiful, isn't it? All right, now we're going to hit it with that seasoning on the outside. So here we go again, talking about the flavor profile. We got seasoning on the inside. We got marinade on the inside. We got bacon on the outside. And now, putting a little bit more of that competition rub on the outside. Why? Because that's what we do. Do it till we satisfied. Again, don't let people tell you how to run your kitchen. That's your kitchen. Nobody can't tell you how to do your thing when you do your thing. You just do your damn thing. Cook with therapy. Beautiful. All right, we're gonna hit this side. And this is pretty much the end of the video for everybody that's out there that never tried this. I remember my first time trying it, and I thought it'd be cool to share with everybody. So all my pot shakers out there in the pot shaker nation, first off, get yourself a full container, because mine's got a little humidity in it. You didn't want to act right, being disrespectful, but we ain't stressing. Just like with that piece of bacon that's flagging, we ain't stressing. So yeah, we just gonna go ahead and here's your end state right before it gets grilled. All right, and the one we worked on is the larger one on the bottom. So hey, again, thank you for stopping in at Cooking with Therapy. This is Mercy 352. Appreciate your pot shaker nation. I see y'all all on the high ground.